Carl is saving big holiday shopping at Amazon, so now he's free to become Choir Master Carl.
Thing! I did the thing! I'm muted! Oh no, I have to restart the counter and everything. Let's try this again. Wow. Oh, this is embarrassing. I gotta edit it right now. Here we go. 0. George is gonna be so excited to hear that. You know, I started unmuted and then I'm like, oh, we're starting. I better mute it. And I didn't think to check it. There we go. Hey, everybody. Let's try that again from the top. I reset the counter. I know. It's sad. What I meant to say, which you didn't hear, only my computer heard me, was hello and welcome back to Bushwhacker Weekly with typically Georgia and Nick, the active game developers of the game Bushwhacker 2, Codename Entertainment's oldest running game of 9 years and counting. I'm Nick. Hi, I was muted. I'm your programmer, designer, content creator, and community manager, and usually with me is Georgia. She is MIA today, but she's doing okay, and hopefully we'll get her next week. And behind the scenes, we got Sasha moderating the chat. As always, there's a coupon code in the corner at the top left of the stream, which you can redeem in-game for a Questra Satchel to supplement your adventures across Bushwhackia. I'll be here for an hour to answer your questions and chat. The coupon code is time to give thanks, because it's American Thanksgiving this weekend. Yeah. Kate Flanagan says they can hear me, which is good. Yeah, Incredible Goblins did the no sound emoji. Thank you for that. Some familiar faces. Good to see you all again. Flanagan, Incredible Goblins. Vorshin, I think that's familiar. Alias Buck. No. Barb Tompkins, hey. Good to see you again. Alendril. Yep, sorry about that. The counter was getting too high. We entered double digits, so I just had to restart that. We haven't had a coloring sheet for a while. So Georgia got one whipped up from Extra Life, which was on Friday, this past Friday. It's really cool. It's really complicated. I got it up here right now. The Phasmophobia Extra Life one. It's the promotion. Coloring sheetified the promotional graphic she made for our stream, which we did for Extra Life, where we played the game Phasmophobia, and it was very spooky. So I've got it on here. It's already been uploaded, so work on that. Hopefully we'll get it some showcased next week. If we run out of things to discuss after we crank through the news, I was actually going to show you, I was going to film my own live on stream, and you can see my process. The characters from left to right on the Phasmophobia graphic here. Can you see my cursor? Yeah. So this is Georgia's persona from her favorite, kind of, I guess the style is mimicking her favorite show, Hazbin Hotel. And then here is the persona that she actually made for Maddie, one of the graphic artists at the company. A little spooked cat. And we have Sean in the background here. He's wearing his iconic onesie. And we have Taylor in one of the VR sets. Taylor's one of the support people. Taylor and Sean, answer your Champions of the Forgotten Realms tickets. Oh, I always get those mixed up. Crusaders. And me on the right there, far right, also in VR. Taylor and I both played in VR. It was extra spooky. It's a game about capturing ghosts, so there's lots of scary things that happen. It was cool. Yeah, so work on that. The code is not working. Oh, J. Jimenezif, the code is only for the game Bushwhacker 2. Thanks, Barb. All right, so I'm going to shift over to the next scene, the news scene. So, again, happy Thanksgiving to those in the United States of America. I believe that was yesterday, but you've got the whole long weekend shtick. So enjoy, give thanks, get really full, eat your weight in food, delicious food. And also this concludes the Thanksgiving event, which ended at noon today. I didn't want it to go over into next week just so we could fit it in the middle of the month. So it didn't quite align with American Thanksgiving or Canadian Thanksgiving, which is in October, but this is how the schedule works out. And starting this weekend, it's Black Friday today. So we're doing a Black Friday pet and mount sale this weekend. So I've got that up here, as you can see. I've actually already bought the egg mech. Corey Harrison, one of the previous artists for Bushwhacker, made that one, and it's got like little egg particles that shoot up behind you. It's kind of fun. And I bought the brown and white Pinto Kid, which is a goat, a baby goat, a kid. Also, if you want to buy some Bushbacks to nab some of those pets, you can get the it's a Phoenix. So with your purchase of 100 Bushbucks or more, I'll show you. Bam! You can get the Balefire Phoenix, which I think was a recommendation from Eric Sapp, I think, or Theme Park. I can't remember. A while ago. It's been on the list for a while, so you can get that pet. It's a green Phoenix. And regarding the sale, these change each day. It only runs until noon on Monday. But every day, so at noon tomorrow and noon on Sunday, you will get a different set of pets and mounts here. So check that out. And Extra Life. We had the 24-hour stream on Friday. I made it. Well, I was prepping for it at 9 a.m. and then I stayed throughout the night until 9 a.m. on Saturday. I'll just give myself the full 24. We were with a hardy crew who did the night shift. It was very exhausting and you're in a weird state at the end of that. So we just passed out and woke up the same day, but 6 hours later, and then went to sleep again later. It was exhausting, but it was a lot of fun. We had so much content this year. I was in a lot of shows. I'll go into more detail of that. But Extra Life was a ton of fun. I guess I could talk about it now. What's the rush? I got some notes. Oh my god, where's my note page? I have so many tabs open. So we had shows every hour on the hour. Some of them were longer. But I was a part of a murder mystery run by Redrum. He's our analytics person here. And that was a lot of fun. We had a lot of people tuning in for that one. I think Taylor was with me. Oh god, I'm sorry if I can't remember everyone's name. Oh, there was a little kerfuffle. It was one of the artists. Oh, there's so many people at the company. I think we're cruising on like 35. Jesse. There was a little kerfuffle where Taylor knew that Jesse was the murderer, but had to play it off like he didn't. And each round, you're thematically telling your clues and stuff. So that was spicy. It's one of those things that's spicy to hear after the event. Be like, oh wow, you did a good job concealing that, and there was a lot of eye contact between those two. It was exciting. This is the second time Redrum did a murder mystery for Extra Life, and they've always been a lot of fun. I wore my hat, my wizard hat, and geezer glasses. And then I participated in Battle Ball, run by Mars, who you might know. He's a stream host and sensation here at Codename. And he did a fantastic job with that one. It wasn't his first time doing it, so he kind of themed it to our game, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Did a fantastic job with that. It was very fast and loose, and I was just glued to the edge of my seat. The role-playing was spot on. The integration was so great, and I don't know if you've ever played it. I'm sure they've talked about it in the other streams. Oh, Sean's here. He's tuning in about the murder mystery and says it was the DM and Taylor that let him keep it secret. And that's so true. I play I'm a player in one of Taylor's D&D campaigns, so he's got what it takes to do dungeon mastering, which does involve keeping a lot of secrets. That was a lot of fun. Sean, what did you think of Extra Life? Give me your highlights. Battle Ball was fantastic. After Battle Ball, there was Ivy Lee. She's done a lot of the promotional graphics, key art, I think we call it, in the biz, for Idle Champions characters. They're fantastic works of art. Each one should be your wallpaper. And she actually made cookies for Dalgona. It's a Korean kids game. Kids game? It's a Korean game where you like etch out a piece of art in a cookie without breaking the cookie. You might have seen it on the hit TV show, limited series on Netflix, Squid Game. Oh. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. It was very difficult. I made Jay cry in a staring contest on the sidelines. Then we had a rebattle where I think I won. No, did we bounce? I don't remember. I won the first one, and I won the staring contest. And apparently those cookies, they're kind of a lot like caramel. Eric says, Eric, the CEO of the company, says that they're great dunked in coffee or tea. Flanagan's asking, can I suggest to enable automatic captions? I've been meaning to set that up for a stream. Lauren has set up captions for a lot of the other Champions shows. I've been meaning to steal that. I just gotta corner off the time to set that up. Oh, Sini Sean says it's, for the cookies for Dalgona, it's sugar and a bit of baking soda. Is good. I forget who. I think it was Red Room's partner said that they taste like a campfire, like very s'moresy. It's delicious. Yeah, Flanagan, I want to get captions for multiple reasons. For people who don't want to listen to it, for the people who are hard of hearing and can't listen to it. So many reasons to have it. I was actually thinking I'd just put like a little bar at the bottom. So like raise the main center screen here and put like a little talk box. I think there'd be room for that. Also, closed captions are hilarious because often they don't pick up on game terms or other kind of vocabulary, so it just like tries its best and it makes for funny like ad-lib sentences. Oh, is that what you use, Sean? That's why it like just pops on? Well, I guess Extra Life got me versed in OBS. I could probably just easily reconvert the whole setup here. I just gotta juggle it with my dev time, okay? Oh, but maybe I'll try that because we gotta set up some other stuff for other streaming changes. I don't know if I can talk about them. I'll gloss over that. Yeah. So Dalgona was a great Extra Life segment. We also did Run the Dungeon. Run by Sean, who's talking in chat. He was DMing that. It was fantastic. Ivy made, she captured the final scene in it in a beautiful work of art, and it's hilarious. And we've been still talking about the fiction of it. We had one character, Mars, who ran Battle Ball before, was a player in this. He was level 10, but level 1 in each of the different 10 classes. And it was very anime, and just wild things kept happening that really fed into that character, like defeating his own inner demon by pulling a card that spawned like death to kill only him, which he defeated with the power of friendship, and then got an amulet of pure good, and then they used the amulets to defeat the monster, and it was so great. Also, shout out to Jarrett, who got captured in a gem very unceremoniously, but Mars will make it his quest to release him. It was cool. Looking forward to playing in those both D&D things. Well, I don't want to take up spot for anyone else, but it would be great to see those again next year. And then after that, there's a lot of scenes. There's some Beat Saber going on, but Georgia and I did our Phasmophobia show with Taylor, Sean in the background, and then Maddie. Sean was producer. That was a lot of fun. That's what we based this art off of. We had some technical difficulties, which we did like three tests of it beforehand, but we didn't quite have all of our equipment each time. It was rather complicated with the VR and having to get a headset and talk in the same room and the microphone situation, but we made it work. Apparently people enjoyed my blood-curdling cries getting annihilated by Ghost, leaving Taylor behind for both games. And then after that was the usual couch multiplayer segment, which we've done every year, basically. A lot of fun. We were able to get Super Smash Bros. Running on a Switch. That was a lot of fun. And sat in on a Pokemon Sword, not Pokemon Shield? I think Jay played Pokemon Sword and kind of just gabbed about Pokemon during that. And then the only reason we were able to stay up after that point, I think, was Arena Gods, which is a codename Office Classic, which is just nonstop arena, kind of like gladiatorial arena combat. But the game is like, it's really rough. There's lots of weird things wrong with the game, but it just hits this. It's a gem. It's a diamond in the rough. It's very rough, but it is a diamond, and it's amazing. And it's been abandoned, but we still play it, and it's an anomaly. It's a game dev anomaly. Also, Extra Life was the last time Kevin was in the office. I worked a lot with Kevin, and he was one of the primary devs on Crusaders for a long time. He's moving on to brighter pastures. Different pastures? Don't read into that too much. Goodbye, Kevin. Yeah. So that was Extra Life, and you're probably wondering, the other thing I have on this news thing is Endless Dungeons progress continues. I know I just keep leading everyone on about the Flux dungeon, but I am still working on it. It's a lot of fun. It's coming together. I've got the bulk of the UI done. I did a lot of the UI last week, which other developers might know is arduous and not as fun as other fun things about development, but it's what your eyeballs look at when you're playing the game, so it's really important. And I've been spending most of this week smoothing out some various systems and just kind of polishing it all up. And hopefully next week and on, I'll start putting in the rest of the data and then do some play testing, making it pretty, and then get it into your hands, your bushwhacking hands. If I don't get to any other feedback here, you can always post on the forums or email bw2support@codenamementertainment.com. I'm just going to see if Sasha got me any questions. Just the Flanagan one about the automatic captions. We'll set that up. We got hotkeys. There we go. Yeah. Well, I guess we can go over the forum Q&A. It was pretty light this week. I know lots of people are busy with Thanksgiving, so I'm expecting this stream to be pretty light. But we had Acquire White requested that you see a list of your friends when you click the auto purge button. So if you go to your friends, there's this auto purge button at the bottom here, which picks friends that haven't played in a long time. So they wanted, when you click that, you get a pop-up of all the friends that it's going to remove, and then maybe you could curate that list to be like, I don't want to remove them, because the crux of it was occasionally people go on vacation from the game for an extended time, and they didn't want to remove them from the friend list. So yeah, not a high priority, but I put it on our request list. I do agree with it. It's a good idea. And then Russell Denton chimed in, asking if you get XP and pet XP for whacking bushes using Friend Whack. So Friend Whack is this button. I've used all mine. They're all on cooldown. But that doesn't give you XP or pet XP. It's just to help you progress. So all your experience is tied into consuming some of your resources, energy, mana, or what have you. And Russell also wanted more merchandise for the merchants that didn't get an update in the last stores update, which is fair. The way I did that one was Georgia kind of picked out what items she wanted to draw, and then I plunk them in stores that made sense. So we can go the other way next time, which is we have these merchants who haven't been updated. What can we put in them? That was a fair request. And then Russell also wanted customizable shoes, which I've heard a lot. I get the desire to have customizable shoes. Like if I pop up in my inventory here, like you don't really see them. Which is like one of the issues. We didn't think it would be a good customizable thing. You have 0 legs. There's no legs down there. You're just kind of like hips and feet. And the issue with that, I think it would be like nice to add and would add another kind of paradigm of decorating your avatar. You can get cool things like, what if I have no feet? I have like a genie bottom that just hovers from a lamp. But we're this far into the game. It's been years, and editing the avatar for doing that and then editing this UI would be a pretty big headache. We could add a slew of items which people could buy, which is tempting. It's very tempting, but I'm not sure we could make it happen with the tech right now. But that is something we can revisit later on once we've caught up on all the updates. And then Swenlo wanted to see the Thanksgiving parade multiple times. I think that's been mentioned before too. I'll see what I can do for the next one. I think it should be fairly simple to implement as well. I just haven't had a time. The Thanksgiving update time, November, it's usually pretty busy. We're hot off the tails of the Halloween event. Extra Life is coming. So we'll see if I can make sure I got some time then. Flybaby had a very fair observation here. This has been on my list for a while. When you're given runes from quests, like the Thanksgiving rune quests, it doesn't tell you that your runes are maxed out, so you just lose the rune, which is very rude. I agree with that. Already we have it where Derringer, who gives you your legendary rune, it's very epic, they'll give you a warning before you complete the quest so you can make room. So I put it on my list. When I can, I'll just basically use that same tech and just tack it on to Nedry's Thanksgiving rune quest. And there's also an Easter rune quest he does for Easter. And then yeah, I think other than that, some requests for Christmas, like Chanukah dreidel that you can rotate. That's pretty cool. And some minor things about some bugs, like the blacksmith's exclamation mark, which I actually think was from the Mason. MLMCC52 reported that. They never followed up. We'll see. Dacilasks asks, any new content before Xmas, Nick? We'll see if I can get the Endless Flux dungeon ready to roll before Christmas. Christmas is a bit later. It's like a week later than we usually do an event in December. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll buckle down. It's getting close. It's getting warmer. I don't want to release it when it's not ready, so it's taking a bit longer. Flanagan says the weapon is the awesome trumpet from the Armageddon. Of the Armageddon. I'm unfamiliar with that, but yeah, my avatar is pretty fly. Thank you. I wanted a weapon. Well, I guess it's a weapon. I wanted a whacking instrument that wasn't a sword, so I picked the trumpet. I think other than that, there's just various cookware. Well, I guess one's a pumpkin sword. Oh, the duck mallet's one of my favorites. I don't know. Okay, so that's the forum Q&A highlights. We talked about Extra Life. Oh, did Sean say favorite? Did Sean say favorite? The art. Oh. Yeah, Sean's. Oh, Sean shared Ivy's art she did for the game on Twitter. Definitely check it out. It's fantastic. My favorite part is Jarrett's character in the top corner giving a thumbs up. Oh, cracks me up every time I see it. Sorry, I'm just catching up with the chat here. Sean said all the D&D was so much fun, so nice to play in person. Excellent. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you're a forever DM, Sean, but I know that was a treat for Taylor. Oh no, Taylor didn't get to play. He should have played. He should have taken my spot for in the dungeon. It was so good. But yeah, for those forever DMs, it's nice to play. I don't know if Dylan got to play. He usually DMs a lot, and he was supposed to be playing in the marketing game. A Dinner for Dragons, I think it was called. And Sean says, my screams in Phasmo had him dying. Glad to hear it, because I was dying. Okay. And... Alright, I think I'm just gonna get to coloring. We have 26 minutes left. So I have done most of my bushwhacking for the day. Guess I'll just use up the rest of my energy. I made sure my sword was socketed with runes. Like a responsible bushwhacker. I am still making my way through the Kraken's lair. Which I'm excited, because I'm pretty sure this ends with like the first ever boss fight in the entire game. George and I have added a few more. Spoilers. Spoilers for years. I think George and I have added 2 bosses. Or boss-like monsters. I'm excited for the next boss we may or may not add, because I have new tech related to maybe like boss bushes. Let's see how that goes. Oh yeah. Enough of this game. It's a wonderful, wonderful game. Bam! Hi, Nanaimo Island! Alright, so... I am using a program, my favorite program that I've never heard anyone else use. Paint.net. It's free. It's like Photoshop very light. Oh no, did I draw a line here? Oh, I did. Oh, that wasn't part of it. Very, very light. Tassie Lass, I kind of take it slow with my live game. I haven't really hacked it in any way, so it's just, other than bush bucks, so I can just kind of pay my way through a bunch of the friend blockers and what have you. But I've been through the entire game several times on my dev account, which has it's got the admin trinkets, which you might see. I think Flybaby actually noted the amazing admin trinkets, special dev trinkets on the wiki, which give us everything we need to just cruise through the game and test things out and experience it on fast mode. Yeah, so I don't feel a need to kind of rush to the end game, because my dev account's perpetually at the end game, and then some. End game plus. Barbara's asking, is it Sean that wants something drawn in this pic? Georgia recommended that so you can see Sean's kind of hiding behind a wall here, or behind something. It was a wall. So Georgia's recommending you add something. It could be anything. Maybe it'll be like a giant dinosaur that he's hiding behind. Oh, I like that idea. I wonder if I could find a royalty-free one. Well, first of all, I'm gonna get started. So this is Paint.net. It's got layers. It's got things. It's got things you might see in Photoshop. It's got some things you won't see in Photoshop. But I won't. I mean, it doesn't have some things in Photoshop. It's a lot less featureful. So I'm going to have the background here. This will be the lines layer. No, this will be fill. Although, well, I wonder if this will look okay. Yeah. Usually Georgia will have already removed the background from the PNG version, but it doesn't look like she has. So we'll just go through that. Taylor's hat. Not being very systematic about this, am I? Sean's hair. Oh no, the teeth. Maybe I'll just keep those white for now. I wonder how the line work's going to come out on this. I'm going to do a temporary fill just to see. It's not that great. I wonder if I should up the... I might be able to lift them a different way. What I like about this is you can adjust the tolerance like this. So it might dip in a little aggressively, but maybe that's okay. Yeah, that's a little better. Yeah. Alright, so I'll use that level of tolerance. Maybe I'll just keep the fill here so I can just monitor that. Oh god. Oh god. Magic wand is my best friend. It's a great tool. Yes, Flanagan. Sean's smile is truly mischievous here. And apparently he was laughing at my blood-curdling cries, so it's appropriately mischievous. Does anyone else like how soothing the Bushwhacker Forest music is? That's the tune playing in the background here. Fun thing about the Phasmo game was we quickly went from having flashlights to having no flashlights and just using candles. Which in hindsight we probably should have played with before because it was very dark. It worked when you had a candle. I don't know how well it made for stream content because you couldn't really see anything when the candle went out. But I also think everyone but me was a little more responsible with their candle management. I know Georgia was full big brain. She carried the lighter around so that she could relight people's candles if the ghosts got them. Oh, my lines. Which is very smart. I actually ended up dropping and losing my candle at some point, so I was just in the dark, in the cabin, and then the ghost. This is at the campsite, which is so cool. I have to replay the campsite because we were playing it on hard mode, but I know Taylor was exceptionally rattled by the campsite because you're outdoors and he could just hear the ghost from across the campsite moaning in its ghostly fashion. And Taylor's usually pretty okay. Save the lines. I know this is very exciting. This is great content. Get away, white specks. Printmaker says, it was actually kind of funny watching you all flail around, to be frank. And Georgia was hysterical. Yeah, Georgia was very worried. And that was Maddie's, not first, but she started playing, or they started playing for the stream. Before we had got them to join the Paranormies team. Maddie had never played before, so I think they only got in a few games before that. Which is throwing them in on the deep end, though. It was spooky. The game itself is actually fairly rough around the edges. It's come a long way. Lots of improvements, especially to the book. I'll always ham up the book improvement. But I know Dave played it with his partner Allison, and it really kind of brought to light just how bizarre some of the controls are. And I think there's a lot you take for granted when you don't know how to play the game. Just watching people play it. And that's one of the big things for me was I got my wife Missy to play it finally. She was usually too afraid to, but I got her set up on her PC, and she kept asking like what the button was to do this or pick things up or turn things on, and I realized that I didn't actually know. I just kind of bumble through the like 3 different options, which is one of the weird things. There's like a button to pick up, to put down, to throw, to use, but some things like the camera, if you put it down, it won't be set up. You have to use the use button on the thing. So then you'll often see someone in Phasmo like hunched over, and then they just drop the camera. They pick the camera back up. They drop the camera. They pick it back up, and then they set it properly with the use key, which is weird. I'm sure the developers had a reason to do that, but I'm sure they're also just focusing on maybe other things. They've done a lot of really exciting thematic content. So they'll like change the lobby zone for. They did it for Halloween, which is amazing. Added some jump scares in there, which are great. But I was like, I want you to fix this, or I want you to add more levels, which has been slow going. But oh god, once I played it in VR, I realized how much of like a dev time hog that might be, just to support that different game mode. Oh no, my magic wand's failing me. I guess I don't really need this part. Okay. So I have, aside from inconsistently coloring or not coloring eyes, just made a fill layer. So I'm actually going to duplicate this and make, this will be the line layer. I do this so that I can fill in the lines with the paint bucket tool, but it won't affect the line work at the top. Because sometimes the bucket will like bleed over. So, and it'll affect like, whoa. Yeah, it'll just kind of like cut into the line work, which I don't want. I want crisp lines. Oh, dang it. I don't want you like this though. That's the stuff. Sean, you're looking a little white lined. Oh, I should have done this before. Classic. All right. Oh. 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 Okay, so I think this is a good basis to work off of. I kept most of the extra life stuff in there because it's just logo. I'm gonna save it here to Bushwhacker 2. I'm gonna catch up on chat here, see if there are any questions. Looks like people are just catching up. Tassie Last and Printmaker. Flanagan says, flashlight have a bad habit of being out of batteries when you need it. My Zippo never lets me down. That's a good point. Printmaker says, I love the way Georgia yells, Nick. Oh, well, yells Nick specifically. Yeah, I can hear it. Nick! Printmaker says, I couldn't believe Nick was wearing a sleeveless shirt and no cardigan. I thought it was an alternate universe. I was committed to the bit. So Printmaker's talking about me dressing up as Narak for Run the Dungeon. No, not Run the Dungeon, for Battle Ball. And he wears like I think it's a gi, like a martial arts gi. I had no idea where I could find one of those. I was almost tempted to wear like a charity tank, but that was like too much shoulder. So I just rolled up my sleeves for a black shirt and put on a scarf, and bam, I was Narak. The Printmaker, I don't know if that Dark Unisys is in this sale. You might catch it more easily on the Creature Collectors mini event when you get those 3 that you don't own. I'm not sure if you'll be able to get that skin. Do you remember what event was that for? Yeah, the audience participation, which I think we called like donor integration, was really good. People did some really smart things with that, especially for the D&D ones. And that's what led to Run the Dungeon being so great. Was pulling the cards was very spicy, and just getting forced to do that. And look, one of them's like a giant pyramid just manifests there, and I'm like, this is gonna totally. How's Sean gonna take this? Okay. Sure, I'll look into that, Printmaker. Thank you for sending in a ticket. So I'm gonna find something for Sean to hide behind here. So let's go to my friend Google. Oh, we could be really smart with this though. What if it was just a bigger picture of Sean? Sean, you are dressed as like a dragon there, right? Let's see, let's see, let's see. Oh, I can't settle on one. Maybe I should do a bushwhacker thing. You know, I'm just gonna start filling. We'll fill that in later. Oh, what palette? What's a spooky palette? I often Google my palettes. The internet knows art. We'll do like a Halloween. Oh, what is this one? It's not very spooky. Okay, this is interesting. I'll copy it into the thing so you can see it. But, this might not go so well. Oh. I never spell palette right. It's pretty bright. I wonder if I can adjust it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Saturation. Not that. All right, let's see where this gets us. Okay, let's do. I guess hair would be pretty easy. I like this purple shirt. I'm gonna do purple shirt. Bam. Should we have matching shirts? Printmaker, that buying that Unisys skin, I think, was at the NPC. Wherever you, yeah, for Valentine's. So you might have to wait till Valentine's Day to get it again. I'll have to reevaluate that. I don't know if I'm going to keep it in there. It was 2019. Was it in there last year? If it was there last year, which I don't remember, then it'll probably be there this year. It wasn't? Okay. Your best bet is probably the Creature Collector, and I might add it to an Amicus Merchant then. Which, if you mention in a ticket, I'll make sure that gets recorded somewhere. Yeah, Taylor wears blue. There you go. There you go, buddy. Oh, I got his hair. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Lala. Oh, how did it get that? Oh. Oh, oh. Okay, I want to adjust my tolerance. There we go. There we go. Okay. Shirts. Georgia likes red. Start with that. Oh. Start with that. It's not dark enough. Oh. Okay, and then Maddie. You can have the green. I don't know if I like having her on different shirts, but I feel like it's too late. You know, no, we're on the warmer colors over on that side. You can have orange. Cat shirt. Oh god. Where's the EMF detector end? And Maddie begin. Okay, and then I'll pop in some hair. Hair color is pretty straightforward, unless you want to get exotic with it. Taylor and I both have dark hair. Allele brown? Okay, maybe we'll start off with brown and then just... I guess I might as well just go with black. But then you can't see the line work. Okay, no. I'm going to go with dark grayer. Whoa. Whoa. There we go. That's the stuff. Uh-oh. Bam, bam, bam. That's way too brown. I'm a bit of a picky guy, apparently. We'll get there. I don't want to see... it's because my background's just so dark. Oh, it's probably going to be right. No! No! We'll have this. I have you now. Okay, so it's basically black. It might change when I change the background color. I'm aware. Whoa. No, his hat! No, Taylor's hat! Oh, wow. Okay, you can see I'm really good at this. So, one thing you can do... there's the culprit. Go in here with a little pencil. Bam. Make a paint bucket. Bam. No! Oh, because my pencil was insufficient. There we go. Bam. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. We got another one over here. This is a fun process. You know, I really admire the patience of artists. I've done some art in my time. But you gotta be patient. Hey, what's going on here? Oh, I see it. Target locked. Sam. Taylor's luscious locks. I was tempted to do like a small, like complementary, like just a lighter hue to kind of mix it up. Nah, I'm gonna leave it at that. It's a mishmash. And then the technology is very black. Or maybe... Oh, that's the same color. Whoa. Yeah, let's go for that gray. Pew, pew, pew. Oh, I'm the only one holding the controller. We can make the visor that. Oh, I'm totally doing accent lights though. Heck yeah. Oh no. Oh, I like the normal flashlights in Phasmophobia are like Silva. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave it like this for now. You'll see the finished product in next week's stream, which I hope to see yours as well. Printmaker has a tip here. Also, they say, thank you. It's hard for us OCD people to look at our mount collections under the skin tab. They have a gray square. Oh no! I hope you mentioned that as well. The tip Printmaker had was I color a little differently. I just copy all the black and put it on a new layer and hide it. And then when I'm done coloring, I've put the black lines. Then when I'm done coloring, I put the copied black line layer over that. So is it just like hiding this? Like, I guess that's kind of what I'm doing. Bam, 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 bam. Thanks for sharing your process. Okay, any last questions that I may have missed in my work? Irene UK says, is there much crossover between Bushwhacker 2 and IC players? Idle Champions. I'm not I know there are some Bushwhacker players that play the other games. I'm not sure it goes the other way much, which I guess is a weird way because it's two-way street. But I think those are dedicated Bushwhacker players that are also playing the other games as well. I'm not sure I've heard of too many stories. I don't have much data on this at all to know if a player started playing Idle Champions and then came to Bushwhacker. Being a 9-year-old game, it's a bit of a different flavor for people in the current video game market. But there's something in there. It's got people playing for 9 years. I think there's much more of a crossover between Idle Champions players and Crusaders of the Lost Idols, which is a much more comparable game. They're just very different games to begin with. Okay, let's leave it there. Thanks. Get my script. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been nice being back. I know it's way better and easier when George is here, but I try my best. I hope this wasn't completely mind-numbingly boring for you, but I gave you the news and you watched me do like 20% of a painting coloring sheet. You do okay, says Printmaker. Thanks. Well, either way, it was my pleasure to hear from all of you. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm really excited to see your Phasmophobia coloring sheets. If you get to that, it'd be great to see that. Oh, Tassilas, you had a suggestion. Where are Dragon's Beholders? Can we get another event thing where everyone plays? Oh, a community quest? I'd love to do more community quests. I'm just trying to catch up on content right now, permanent content, but once that's kind of in lockdown and I stop making giant sweeping features that take too much of my time, I'd look to get into a more of a community quest cadence. And dress like a big Christmas tree. Dress the big Christmas tree in the comments. That would be fun. All right. Yeah. So the coloring sheet is already uploaded to the media page. I've posted it on the Facebook community page, as well as did a little in-game announcement about it. So color that in. Would love to see it. As always, I'd like to thank Sasha for moderating the chat, Dylan and David for handling the technical side, and the whole Cine Games streaming crew. If you like art streams, do yourself a favor and check out Crusaders Weekly, The Sketching Hour, Griddle Champions, and Paint and Slay. Those are all fantastic. I'd like to shout out my favorite music show, Bardic Inspiration. If you were listening to Garowar's stream just before this, he likes to play the latest song in the intro outro, and it's such a great thing. Okay, I had another thing in my brain space. I forgot it. That's okay. Oh, thank you those of you who've been donating for Extra Life charity drive, which is still ongoing until the end of the month, November 30th. Thank you so much. All our proceeds go to BC Children's Hospital. It's so great to have everyone helping out. It's great. Do for the kids. Thanks again, everyone. Be kind, be safe, and we'll talk to you later. Have a great weekend. Happy American Thanksgiving.